With help side and positioning and difficult to score upon.
A.J. Griffin the kick. Trevor Keels the three. And the rebound.
Pivotal players. They controlled the tempo of the game the first time these two teams played in very low error.
What a great little pass. Williams was open for a moment. Banchero didn't see him.
Every time the ball goes in the post, that post-to-post double is coming.
By degree, Clark and Beekman in the backcourt. Armand Franklin as well. Gardner having a terrific year, along with Caden Shedrick. A nice 1-2 combination to the 5 spot for the Blue Devils. Keels, Moore in the
transition. Well, you can see Duke already packing it in. They are not out pressuring. They're playing inside the three-point line.
Virginia doesn't take it.
Cafaro trying to get an angle on Mark Williams. Still, he was able to block the shot.
Mark Williams jump hook, and it'll go.
Player, the only player in the country shooting 70% from the field and 70% from the line.
And those 16 points and 3 blocks came in 19 minutes. He had some foul trouble that night. Only for Krzyzewski here inside John Paul Jones Arena.
Key matchup.
15-7 on the season. Fadeaway. And the size of Banchero altered that. 0 for 4 from 3-point range. 3.5 minutes into the game.
That's been perimeter oriented for Duke thus far. But this is where they need to get in the paint.
Strong drive. Griffin couldn't
just sit on his legs and try to keep the ball from coming in.
As is often the case in the Virginia games, long stretches without a whistle. Franklin curls around a screen, has it blocked by Griffin.
Long. You'd play him, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. Beekman and Clark both get about 37 minutes a game when there's Providence, but they've got some puzzling losses from early in the season as well.
And that's the issue. What's going to be more impressive, their great wins or their questionable losses? That's a foul, 2 hands on the ball. You stack up their really good wins against other bubble teams, and they should be in the discussion. It does such a good job of contesting shots, and they do it without picking up fouls. It's really impressive. You're not going to get a lot of one-on-one opportunities against Virginia.
Franklin.
Virginia is going to be able to win this game just making 3 threes. They've got to find somebody else other than Kihei Clark that can knock a shot down.
So many close games between these two teams in recent years. 5 of the last 6
being contested on the perimeter. But any penetrating pass or penetrating move, there's a lot of blue bodies down there.
Poindexter for 3.
Because there wasn't television back then. But you think about the great players. You know, Michael Jordan, Ralph Sampson, Len Bias, Mark Price, Johnny Dawkins. Ridiculous, the talent level in the league at that time. And everybody stayed.
Griffin, no. Banchero baseline drive. Griffin into the paint. Can't get it to go. Virginia ball.
Clark comes off these. They're so locked in that pack line. And they sit in gaps and position themselves so they only have a one-way recovery.
Wendell Moore on the bench with a couple of fouls. He hasn't scored tonight. A.J. Griffin hasn't scored tonight for a team that comes in averaging 80 points per game. Gardner over Griffin. Off the back of the iron, tipped, but into the hands.
That's more of a matchup. A.J. Griffin, who did a good job defensively, that Gardner can shoot over. Banchero is a lot more difficult.
Here's the double on Banchero, the kick to Griffin, and Duke needed that one.
5 from 3. That's remarkable.
Wasn't healthy at the beginning of the season, has gotten progressively healthier, and has become a really big part of this Duke team the last 6 weeks or so. Franklin driving on Keels, shovel pass.
And Rhodes now guarding Kihei Clark, and he's been putting a little more pressure on Clark, staying a little bit closer to him.
Franklin elevates again. 2
Beekman to challenge that shot.
Franklin. Gardner. And Mark, if you're just joining us, 18 of their 25 points.
And if you're just joining us, what's wrong with you?
Where you've been. Blocked this time by Roach, who is really having a again a tremendously important game for Virginia and their postseason hopes as we are ready now for the second half of our recovered by Gardner. Good to see Gardner out there after getting the elbow.
What good recovery by Cafaro to hedge out on that screen, get all the way back to Williams underneath.
Banchero the kick. Griffin for three. Around and out in terms of who wants to bring it up and who plays off the ball. Clark has been the scorer tonight. Nice look to Gardner.
Boy, that's the most free throws on this Duke team, but perhaps doesn't shoot as many as he should.
Franklin, nice pass. Cafaro. Do you want to do play-by-play or be an analyst?
He wants to be an analyst.
Oh, then I'd love to meet him.
Virginia's a different team than they were earlier in the season. I mean, we saw them at Houston where they got blitzed. Carolina took it out on them, but this is a vastly improved team. It's just they don't have a ton of margin for error on offense. Great play that Virginia's been able to get free in the paint and get it to a big guy without trapping. Jump hook to try to get off the glass from that angle.
Heels and Williams getting ready to check back in for the Blue Devils.
Good fade.
Beekman. Tipped. Shedrick had it, but lost it all. Teams in America, especially if they get healthy. What a good one we've got here, guys. 1-point game, 3:42 to go. A.J. Griffin. Griffin back in. Now that Duke has the ball. So Williams on defense. Griffin on offense right now for Mike Krzyzewski.
Griffin with Shedrick on him. He should look to drive that.
Another three. Duke for the second time. Plus a couple of wins over Miami. A neutral court win over Providence. That would be a loud statement tonight for the Hoos. Griffin taking it inside this time.
After him. Like Griffin, he's been huge. First it was Roach. Now the last three possessions, A.J. Griffin.
Good recovery by Moore on Franklin. Beekman forces it.
Duke playing 5 out with an open middle.
10 to shoot. Deflected and stolen away.
This game, Virginia does not need a three. Got a switch.
And now Duke comes up. They release Keels. Into Griffin. Boy, how important.